Creating digital products or content can be tedious and time consuming, but what if I tell you that with the latest advancements in AI, there's a faster way to do it, what I call design automation. So in this video, I will show you how to leverage the power of ChatGPT 4 and Canva AI to bulk create stunning designs in a matter of minutes. So let's dive right in. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Zini and welcome to Zini Studio. So coming to Etsy, we'll be looking at two specific digital products we could create using automation. One would be creating a Canva template, or you could say a motivational quote Canva template. As you could see from this store, that's what they do specifically. And let's click into one of them. And one of the designs, from what we could see, these are very simple to create and they can be automated. And looking at the store history, you'd see that they have made quite a number of sales by just selling these Canva templates, and they are basically quotes. The second one I will also show you are like inspirational cards as well. So this can be offered in two ways. You can offer them as a printable, or you could offer them as a digital template. I will show you both ways in this particular video. So now that we have a bit of an idea, a couple of digital products we could automate, then let's move over into ChatGPT so we could generate the data that we'll use to create these designs. So coming into ChatGPT, we'll be creating two sets of data. One would be motivational quotes about finance, and that will be using to create the Canva template, and the second will be Fed-based inspirational quotes that will be using to create the printables. So I've created a prompt, so I'll just type it in and I'll say to ChatGPT, give me 25 motivational quotes about finance, and organized in a table. Column 1 should be quotes and column 2 should be the name of the author of the quote, and we'll hit enter, and it's going to produce the 25 in a table. And once it's done generating the 25, we'll be opening a Google Sheet, or you could also open Excel and copy it into the sheet or the Excel spreadsheet. We'll be using that in doing our bulk creation. So let it finish, and please be sure to read through this before using it. If you don't like any of it, you could regenerate your response. So I've opened a blank spreadsheet here, Google Sheets. I'll be copying this into it. So let's copy. So I'll copy this. Control C if you're using Windows, or Command C for Mac. And I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste special because I don't want it to take in the colors from ChatGPT. So I'll just say value only. And you could see that it puts it in the right columns. This is quote and this is order. Let's expand this a bit so you would see. Okay, so this is good. So after you have created this, what you would do is you go to file and you click on download. Kindly download this as a comma separated value, because in Canva it needs a CSV for it to create, to use the bulk create. So save this as CSV. So now the second one we want to create would be that for the faith-based inspirational quote. So I'll just put in the prompt again and enter, and watch it do the same thing. Once it's done, there's a quote and the Bible verse. Once it's done, we'll still copy it as well into the spreadsheet. Okay, so let's copy this. So we'll copy this, and I have another blank spreadsheet here. So I'll right click and I'm going to paste special value only, and this is what we have. Okay, so let's download this guy. So we'll call this financial quote, and we said we'll download it as a CSV. So we go to file, we go to download and comma separated value, and it's going to download it for us. Then this would leave it the way it is. I'll show you how we're going to use this. So the next step would be to move into Canva so we could start making these designs. So coming into Canva, we'll be creating the first product, which is a motivational quote for about finance for Canva template. So we'll be doing that for Instagram, which has a dimension of about 1080 by 1080. So we say customize the sign. Let's just use it. You could choose a template, but this time around, I just want to create something from scratch and say create. It's going to open a blank page. Okay, so here you could, get inspiration for the design, but I want to create one myself. So the first thing I would do is let me put in a background. There's a background already that I like. So let's get that background. And let's just set as background. Okay, and the next thing is I want to use a box because I want to make something that has a bit of a shadow or transparency. This is where the quotes would be. So let's do this. Let's change the color to white. Let's see. Yeah, this is better. We want to make it a bit white so we could see what we have here. Then I'm going to be using quotes. So let's use the sky. So I'll put it up here. Make it black. And then I'll double click on this and I'm going to flip it. So you come here, flip. Let's reduce this a bit. And I'll reduce this a bit as well. So this is where my quote would be, and we would have something here. So let's add a text box. So I'll put in a text box here, and we would use, let's just use the title body. So we're going to increase it because we want it to fill up. So what you need to do is just arrange it the way you want before you start bulk creating. This is just the first one. So I want to use, in terms of the font, I'm going to change it to this font. I'll move this up. And then I'm going to create one more box that I'll put in here, which will be the author. So I'll change this to Adam 1. I want it to be a little bit cursive. I'll reduce it a bit. Let's see. Okay, so now we have this set. Next thing is to do the bulk create, because we remember we created 25 quotes and we want to create it that way. First of all, let's go to the left to say bulk create. So there are two options. One will be edit data manually and one will be upload CSV. So we are looking at the upload CSV option first before I will show you about the enter data manually. So we click upload. If you remember that file that we downloaded, so we go to downloads, click on this and open. Now you could see that the fields is picked up automatically. So this is the quote and this is the author. So we're going to connect this and this to the quote and to the author. So once you come in here, okay, you click on these three ellipses and you click on connect data, and you have those two columns. So you choose quotes, and then for the second one, the same thing, come to the three ellipses, connect data, and choose author. Right, you could see these cursive brackets beside it. This should show you that we have data connected to each of them. So the next thing we're going to do is to come here and say continue, and you could see all of the quotes is going to create. So it has 26. So let me just deselect one. We will just want 25. And once you're done, click on generate 25 images. It's going to open up a new Canva window and create the 25 for you, just like that. Let's see. So you can see this is stunning. So you could see that some of them are out of shape, so you need to go in and do some editing. Well, let's see, that's created with different text. So let's go up, okay, and then we could just start adjusting just to make it look proper. this looks just okay without even further editing. So this moved down a bit, so we move it up. So this is what you're going to do. So let's go to the one that looks very weird so we could adjust it. So these are the things you do, just adjust it, make sure it looks okay. And just a matter of seconds or minutes, you have your design well cut out. Good. So another tip that I could also give you as well is, let's go back to the original one we were creating. Sometimes from what we saw on Etsy, people would like to have two different types of design back to back. So what you could do is you could, make a copy of this and add additional page. When you create this, it's going to generate about like 50 pages. So you will now remove the ones you want and have those alternating designs. So you could try that out and see how that goes. So now that we have created the motivational quotes for finance, I'm going to show you the second option that we're going to be creating for the printable cards using the faith-based inspirational quote. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave this as it is, come back to home. Based on the dimension I saw, people were using 4 by 4 inches. So I'll just change this to inch and say 4 by 4. So I'll just say 4 by 4 and click on create design. A new blank canvas is going to open up. And once it opened, remember you could always use a template. So let's see, I'm going to use like Easter template. I saw very interesting designs there. I'll be using some of it for the next design. So I found this. So this is the one I'm going to use. I like it. So I'll just click on it and it loads. So let's get rid of this element. I don't need this. So I'm gonna get rid of these. I'll use these later. So let me just get rid of the ones I don't need. Okay, now use this. I'll just double click on this and I'm gonna flip it. And put it here. Then this, I'm gonna move it to the middle a bit because I want to make the design. So here I'm going to show you that double design that I mentioned about, but this looks okay and good. So here I'm going to say faith quotes, and I'll be using a different font for this. Okay, so I changed this to another font, Brittany, made it be bold. So here we would be having the text. So let's change this one to it's in the right format. So I'll just expand it a bit, put it in the middle. Then the next thing is to put in where the verse would be. So I'll put it here and make it a bit small. Okay, so we have this all arranged. This looks okay. Then another thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in image. So imagine if you want to use images, so just to show you as an example. So I'll just go to elements and I'm going to pick some. So I'm going to use this. So I'll put in the image down here just to show you what is possible. But if you don't want the images, you can always remove it. But let me just show you. So remember, you can always send this back, forward. So you could just right click and say send backward. So I don't want this on top of this. Okay, so this looks okay. And let me make a second one just to show you. So we have made a second one. So I'll change the color background. So I'll just make it this, let's make it dark, or this color. And then for this, I'll make it this color. Okay. So now we have to, let's bulk create. So we go back to the sidebar and then we click on bulk create. And then this time around, we're doing enter data manually. So we would click on enter data and we would go back to the spreadsheet we had before, if you remember. So we have this, and then we'll be copying this and come back to Canva. And once you just right click and paste, it's going to paste it for you, which is good. Then we'll change this to the type, and here we would say Bible verse. Okay, so the next thing is, remember we have image space, so we'll click here and say add image. So I've gone ahead to save an image in folder, so I'll just put those images for you to see. So you click on plus, and I'll look for that folder that I saved the images I want to use, and I would say code designs, and I'll pick the images I want. So I could just put this. So let me just go ahead and put in some of these sceneries I wanted to use. Okay, I just put in just few just to showcase. And once you're done filling in all the images you want to use, you just click on done. Okay, and once it's done, these three fields appear as well. So let's connect. So we click on this, click on the three ellipses as well, go to connect data and connect quotes. Then come in here, three ellipses, connect data, Bible verse. Then for the image, you click on the image, click on the ellipses, connect data, and you would see image. And once you're done, you could see the ticks beside it to show that it's all connected. So we could do the same thing for the second design. So we have in quotes, and then we have in Bible verse. Then for the image, we would connect the image as well. Right, so we have these two. Like I said, if you want to use this method, it's going to create it double. So if you have 25, it's going to make it 50. So you could choose the designs you want for which particular quote. So I'll just click on continue, and you could see the 20 quotes that we have. So we'll click on generate pages, and it's going to open up a new page entirely and generate what we asked it to do. And you could see it generated 40 pages like I mentioned, and it put in the different images, so you could see. So of course you need to go in and edit this, make it look better. We reduce it. Let's just reduce this for the sake of the tutorial. Yeah, and you see how this looks. This looks really good. This looks nice. Yeah, so this I just did for the first two designs. So you could go in and edit, and you could see the different pictures appeared here. So for example, if you don't like the positioning of the picture, you could just double click on it and do a bit of a rotation. Okay, so this is it for creating the bulk rate in the two different methods, using CSV, using manual, and with pictures and without picture. So the next thing is I'm going to show you how to package this for sale. So we're done making all the creations. Now it's time to package it for sale. So let's look at this first design that we made. And because this is a Canva template and people will be editing it, you'll be offering it as a template. So how do you package this? So you'll be giving the customer a link. But before then, let me just duplicate this, the first page, to show you how you would design it. So I will get rid of this and get rid of the quotes. And this I would say download template. Then I'll duplicate this. And here I will say click here. So let's just make this look okay. I'm going to put a border at the background. So let's go to elements and get our shape. Let's just get this shape. So we can make this black and make the text white just for purpose of this. So we'll make it white. Okay, we could make this bold. Then we get a hand, like a click hand. So we get this. You change this to a different color depending on what you want. Okay, so this is what you'll be downloading as a PDF. So what do we do next is we're going to be copying the link. So you go to share and come to collaboration link, change this to anyone with this link, then copy link, right? So once you're done copying the link, we're going to be assigning the link to this whole space in case the customer clicks anywhere, they could access that link, right? So you click on the click here, the ellipses, go to link, then come in here and paste and enter. It's already linked. You could see that it has a line on, like an underlined line underneath it. Then let's also link it to this because we don't want the customers clicking anywhere and they don't get access to their link. Then I'm going to link it to the box as well. So I would say link and paste. Okay, so now we are done linking this. So let's test this out before we download it as a PDF. So we'll put this as a presentation. So to know that as a link, you could see that it changes to a hand when I hover around it. So once I click on it, it automatically opens the design for me. Okay, as you could see. So this is how to link it. So let's go back to what we were working on. So let's exit. So the next thing is to download this as a PNG. So you could go to share. So download. Remember, this is just page 1 you're going to be sharing. So ideally, you might need to design this on a separate page so it doesn't, so that the customers don't get confused when they open it and see this and this together. Okay. So you change this to just page 1 or current page. Done. And change this to PDF standard because it's just for documents, it's not for printing. And then you could click on download and it will download it as a PDF. Let's see, it's going to download it as a PDF, and that's what you'll be uploading to your Etsy listings to that will be delivered when the customers make a purchase. So that is for this design. Now, what if we want to offer the other design? So let's open the other design, which is the fade base. So this is it. We want to offer this as a printable so people can print it themselves and cut it out. So what you need to do is we could come in here. Let's change this back to, okay, let's leave that inches. So we'll be using 8.5 by 11. So, and then you click on create design, and it's going to open almost like an A4 sized paper. And what you would do is to download all the images you created. That's this, download it as a PNG. So you come to here, share, download it as a PNG and re-upload it into Canva just to help you arrange it. So you could decide to offer this the way it is as a link as well, like I showed you previously, or you could decide to arrange this for printing. So let's go into the printing. So I've uploaded some of them already. So let's go to the images. And then what you could do is you could click on any of, let's not use this one that is blank. So we could click on any of them and then arrange it this way. The designs don't move. So you arrange it in a way that the customers, when they print it, they can cut it out. So we reduce it like this. And you could also decide to put it like a broken line to show that they could cut it out. So let's go and find like a broken line. Okay, so we go to the dash line. So we could rotate this. Okay, you could use something that is thinner. This is quite big, so you could use something that is thinner just to showcase that they need to cut it out. So this is just an example, right? Okay, so once you're done arranging everything and it looks okay the way you want it, you would just click on share, download. This time around, it will be a PDF, but it has to be a PDF for printing. That's for printing qualities. So you could put this as a PDF and then download. So you could see best for RGB, best for digital use. Then if you want for professional printing, so depending on what you want to offer, so you could choose this and then download. So your customers would get exactly what they are seeing on your screen. Then you could click on download and it will download as a PDF. So you would upload this also on Etsy. So when a customer makes a purchase, this will be delivered to them and they could download it and go and print by themselves. Yeah. So this is how to bulk create, and this is how to package your product and sell on Etsy. If you need like a more in-depth tutorial on how to, list your products on Etsy, I've linked a video in the card above. You could check it out. That is it for this tutorial. So if you like my content, be sure to like, subscribe, and put on the bell notification. It helps me out a lot. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.